Hello, this is Nick from Breaker Press Games, and this is a Breaker Bulletin for November 26, 2024. Alright, for those that are not familiar with the Breaker Bulletin, this is my show where I talk about all the things going on with Breaker Press Games, going over all the Kickstarter news, crowdfunding news, as well as Patreon, etc., and events. So lots of stuff to talk about, and so I'm just going to jump right into it. The big news. Today I launched a Kickstarter for a new project, Horrors of the Whispering Wood. This is a box set that will contain two brand new zines. One is called Lurking Horrors, Volume 1, which is a bestiary zine. And then the other is a Guide to the Whispering Wood, which is a hex crawl toolkit. Both of these zines will be around 36 pages. Will be packed with all sorts of monsters and encounters, both wandering monster tables as well as set piece encounters, etc. A lot of exciting stuff. I'm very excited to get to work on this in early 2025 once I clear the queue of Rabid Dogs and Centered Courier. Yeah, this is a very exciting project. I started work on the bestiary over the summer after I had gotten the PDF of the Dolmenwood bestiary, and I was like, this is awesome. I love some of the ideas that are in here, and I'd love to apply them to Stennard. So that is the impetus of where this project came from. Additionally, a lot of people have been asking me for compiled content. And so the idea is that this box is going to have those two zines in it, and that is the $40 pledge level. But there is a $60 pledge level, and the $60 pledge level also has Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise and Desperation of the Hungry, along with a Stennard character creation guide. That way, for the price of $60, you have a packed box set that has everything that you need in order to run a campaign in the Whispering Wood, and it will be retail ready. And so there's a retail pledge level. People have already been taking advantage of it. Some stores have been taking advantage of it. But the idea there is that it will be hopefully something that will go on to store shelves, complete with, SKU number, etc. So that is the ultimate intent, is for there to be a full Whispering Wood box set. Now, one of the things that you will notice that is kind of fun about this, I can take this off. Hey, this is the bottom of a Smoking Worm box set. And so all my Smoking Worms actually are in there. Or I should say, 3 of my Smoking Worms are in there. But one of the other big things, people have been asking for months and months, technically over a year, for me to compile content and or create a box that people can contain all of their zines, because I've got over 30 zines now. The content is sprawling and people want storage solutions. And so if we can get to the stretch goal of there is an add-on for $15. You can add on a additional empty box that has the Whispering Wood artwork on it. But if we can get to 200 boxes, add-on boxes, I would like to do alternate art, like this Stennard collection box. Haven't 100% decided whether I want it to be the black with the image or whether I want to do all white with the image, as the image is traditionally seen on the back of Stennard Courier Volume 1. But yeah, this is something that is exciting. And as I said, hey, this is a mock-up. Hey, there's Smoking Worm. So I did some crafting this week. Anyways, but it was very exciting. When I was working on peculiar NPCs, I had to design a box in order to hold the cards in, and there was a convenient template that the game crafter used. And so what I learned from making that box, I then applied to designing my own mock-up boxes for this Kickstarter, Horrors of the Whispering Wood, or horrors of the Whispering Wood horrors. And so, let's talk about Peculiar NPCs. Peculiar NPCs has moved from position 772 in the Game Crafter queue to position 102. And that means that the ship date has moved from March 10th up to February 26th. It is still not ideal. I am hoping, with how fast the queue is moving at the Game Crafter, that once we get through some of the holiday orders, because a lot of people end up doing like custom games and things like that for the holidays, for presents and what have you, and the Game Crafter's number one focus is prototype gaming, and so hopefully when some of that stuff cycles through, then the queue will drop, and we will see a much better ship date on that. So, yeah, the delay's annoying, but the decks are paid for. It's moving along. It is what it is. So, let's talk about Rabid Dogs Volume 2. So, it is my priority this holiday weekend. It just so happens that I am not, like, going home to Buffalo to visit my folks or anything like that. I'm saving that till the end of December, when it's much better to drive to Buffalo. Obvious sarcasm. Buffalo gets a lot of snow. But I'm not traveling to Buffalo until late December. And so this weekend I am going to be smashing the keyboard and doing a lot of layout in order to get Rabid Dogs Volume 2 closer to completion / hopefully just about ready to go to editing. That is my priority for the weekend. There is Milwaukee Krampusnacht this weekend as well, and so that's going to happen on Sunday, so I've got that to worry about. But since I'm not going home and there is no, I don't, it's just me and the dogs. So this Thanksgiving I will be squirreling away at Rabid Dogs Volume 2 and knocking that out. Relating to that, I think I mentioned in the last video that I did that I did the Canine 2.0 and I was working on the Bruiser 2.0. Dak and I went back and forth with some edits. The Bruiser 2.0 is all done. I sent it to the printer. I went to the printer to pick it up today, and there was an error in the file, and so all 150 copies had to be thrown away, and so they will be working on reprinting the Bruiser 2.0 over the next couple of days, and I will hopefully get started on shipping that out on Monday. But how that relates to Rabid Dogs Volume 2 is the Bruiser is one of the classes. It's supposed to be in Rabid Dogs Volume 2. The new version is much better, in my opinion. I think more people will consider it as a possible option, and that new version will be the version that's in Rabid Dogs Volume 2 instead of the inferior first version. Definitely as much as I love the concept of the unarmed fighter, the Bruiser did not get a lot of play, and I think it'll get a lot more play in its new incarnation. So what else? Let's talk about Standard Courier Volume 2. So once Rabid Dogs Volume 2 is done, which should be in the next week or two, maybe two and we'll see. I do have to send it to editing, but all of the classes that are in Rabid Dogs Volume 2 have all gone through an editing pass before, so it should go really smoothly. Over half of that zine is classes, so editing should go pretty quickly. So I'm hoping for 2 to 2.5 weeks tops before that gets done, and hopefully we'll start shipping in December. Additionally, so Standard Courier, that will become my number one focus in terms of writing and layout. It should move along pretty quickly. I've done a lot of play testing and using the different NPCs at the table, and Just want to make sure that there is adequate push and pull between the NPCs to create drama in your games. I've mentioned that I want to make sure that I knock it out of the park with Stern Courier Volume 2. It might push into January, but I'm hoping to really hammer on it in December and get it to gold. Along those lines, my players, I have specifically requested that they are heading back towards Hillwood Camp. So they're heading back to Hillwood, and they have requested some dungeon delving. And so you will probably see little peaks of that type of content poking out in the near future, probably through Patreon. So I'm excited about that. A lot of stuff to be excited about. Once again, always sorry for the delays. Things are always moving along. The life of the game designer, the full-time game designer, is never boring. It is always constant. But I love doing what I do, and I appreciate all of your support. Additionally, the Patreon is always there. Please support on Patreon if you want to get cool stuff in the mail every month. I know I'm a little behind on that, but as I said, the Bruiser 2.0 is coming, and more stuff will be coming after that. There'll be some pamphlets right after that. And yeah, if you have the ability to support Horrors of the Whispering Wood, I know that I launched this Kickstarter at the start of the holiday buying season, which is not ideal for a Kickstarter that says that it's going to ship in November of next year. I'm giving myself ample time this time, so that people are not frustrated. Additionally, that reminds me, if you do choose to back the Kickstarter and you are the type of person that wants all of those add-ons before you actually get the box, please, just instead of adding those add-ons onto the Kickstarter, go to the Goodman Games web store, the Exalted Funeral web store, to my web store, and buy those things right away if you're feeling impatient, and then that way you're not feeling that push and pull in your heart where you're like, I know that this thing says that it's going to be done in November 2025, but I want my stuff. So remember that when doing those add-ons. All that being said, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for supporting Breaker Press Games. Thank you for supporting indie games and indie game designers. And if you are coming out to Milwaukee Krampusnacht, please sign up today. Get your badges and tickets. It is this coming Sunday, December 1st. December 1st? Yeah, December 1st. I'm gonna hit the calendar. What does it say? Yeah, Sunday, December 1st. This Sunday, December 1st at Pilot Project Brewing, Milwaukee. Come out, hang out, play some games with some fantastic judges and creators. And I hope to see some of you there. Awesome. Thanks again, and I will talk to you all soon.